Good evening. Welcome to Klaipeda, Lithuania. It's the Basketball Champions League. It's game day 4. It's regular season Group B action, and the game is between Neptunas Klaipeda and Gaziantep of Turkey. Well, promising start to the season that these Neptunas Klaipeda fans have been able to see so far from their team, and also Gaziantep have had more wins than losses in the Basketball Champions League. But only one of these teams can get the win tonight. We already saw last night Chalon there winning 75-61 over Pauk. The Bearstar Tenerife also in action tonight, the defending champions of the Basketball Champions League, going up against Capo d'Orlando. Ventspils are at home to MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. But all of our attention will be on Neptunas Klaipeda and their clash here with Gaziantep. It's a very athletic Gaziantep team. And as you can see right there, both teams 2-1. Neptunas Klaipeda coming into this game in 4th place. Gaziantep in 5th place. And of course, they were one rung higher before last night. Chalon's win lifted them temporarily into 1st place with a 2-2 record. So, what can we expect from Gaziantep, and what can we expect from Neptunas Klaipeda? Well, it's the first season for Gaziantep, and a whole host of players has played well for Stefanos Dedas. None more so, in my opinion, than Sean Arman up at the top. He has been terrific. One of the guards, Victor Rudd, has played very well. DJ White, Jure Balazic, the Slovenia international, and a lot of players in that Gaziantep team that would cause concern here for Neptunas as they try to come out and build on their promising start to the campaign. For Kazis Maksvidas, the coach, Mindaugas Girdzionis, number 8. And look at those Lithuanian internationals, Reinaldas Seibutis and Tomas Delinikaitis, veterans, Beliauskas. Also, any number of players can come out and hurt you on any given night, and they will have the home court advantage. Remember, this was the place where last season Jimmy Barron set the Basketball Champions League alight with that incredible shooting performance that lit up the bright lights of the Basketball Champions League. And who will it be this season? Will somebody else follow in his footsteps? Well, we're wondering, it might happen tonight. You never know.
Number 2, Dwayne Rue. Number 3, Dwayne White Jr. Number 7, Arhan Aydin Haziela.
So the Gaziantep players being introduced. That record that I spoke of was back in December 8th. So not quite a year ago for Jimmy Barron when he had the 42 points. And it was a night that people here in Klaipeda will never forget. Of course, that didn't prevent Jimmy Barron from moving on to a different club during the season after the regular season. But nevertheless, he was the star for that night. Who will it be tonight that we need to look out for? For me, consistently, Sean Arman has come out and played very well for them. And Gaziantep, we'll look at their results in just a second. But first, we'll see this Neptunas team coming out. One bit of news for them. Armistead has been released. And there's Juan Palacios. And Jerry Johnson, the veteran guard, is coming in as Armistead's replacement, but he is not expected to join the team until tomorrow. So maybe a little shorthanded tonight. There's Delinikaitis. Had so many famous moments, as did this man, Reinaldas Seibutis, the Lithuanian international. And Gialonis, he made some headlines last season in the Basketball Champions League. So this will be an interesting duel between two teams, between Lithuania and Turkey, Neptunas Klaipeda and Gaziantep. So Gaziantep started the season with a 5-point home triumph over Capo d'Orlando, and then they won at PAOK 85-82. That was a tight game. Last week, Gaziantep came back down to earth when they were at home to Iberostar Tenerife. Iberostar Tenerife themselves had started the season with a loss. And there you see the coaches shaking hands, and also the referees. We'll introduce them in just a second. So they started out winning 2 of their first 3 games before falling last week at home. And there's the refereeing crew for tonight. From Sweden, Apostolos Kalpikas, Fernando Calatrava from Spain on the right there, and Sergei Chevchev of Ukraine on the left. So you also saw Rolands Framinas, the Latvia international, number 20. Excuse me, he's 29 years of age. That's Mark Lyons. I'll show you Framinas when he comes back out. He has joined Gaziantep and tried to bolster their lineup. So the starting 5 for Gaziantep will be Rudd, White, Hatsieva, Lyons, and Chinko. And they again are coached by Stefanos Dedas. And Neptunas, they will have Juan Palacios, Gilgiunas, Sebudas, Zelionis, and Vutkevicius in their starting lineup. So Edgaras Zelionis, he'll be very active. And Max Vidas is the coach. And you can't quite see him there. Giving out instructions here before the game. Well, you can see basketball could be a physical game. Some of the battle wounds on the face of the Neptunas Klaipeda player. And DJ White. Not sure why he's taking off his shirt here before the game. So Framinas joining this Gaziantep side. He played last season in Turkey as well with Murat by Uşak Sportif, who were in the Basketball Champions League. So he's back in the competition again. Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to Lithuania. It's the Basketball Champions League. It's game day 4, and it's Neptunas Klaipeda taking on Gaziantep. Gaziantep in the dark uniforms winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the right. And right off the bat, Chinko hits the three-pointer. Ugionis now into the corner. And that shot was off target. So Mark Lyons has it. Bounce pass to White. White spins in the lane, puts it up and in. That first miss for Neptunas was Butkavicius from that right corner. Here's Gutierrez. And Palacios hands it off to Zelionis. Shot clock down to 5. Chinko back to White. He's got the range. It's good. So starting lightning quick on the road. Gaziantep. It's only a club that's been around for several years and trying to make inroads. Here's Zelionis. Three-pointer is his riposte. Plays with a lot of emotion. And down low, misses the attempt by Rudd. Butkavicius saw Palacios behind the back pass to Zelionis. Nice play by Palacios. Now, shot no good from Gaziantep. And I think that was Hasieva who missed that jumper. So despite the fast start shooting-wise, it is now there's now an opportunity here for the home team to take the lead. Hasieva commits the foul. Quick pass. Zelionis turns and scores. And he took Hasieva to school that time. Entry pass, Hasieva, and he loses it. Butkavicius and Sevonis lays it up off the glass. Well, they're playing how they want to play, folks. They want to get out quickly and run. The Lithuanians, they love playing up tempo. Lions over to Hasieva in the corner. Again, he turns it over. He's having a nightmare spell. And Rudd gets his foot up and kicks the ball. Jump shot is good from Gutierrez. So Neptunas playing fast, playing determined, and right now they've got the bit between the teeth. And looks like a foul has been called out on the perimeter. So that'll be 3 free throws coming for Gaziantep. Gutierrez shakes his head in disapproval. So Chinko at the line. Of course, he hit that early 3 to get the attention of Neptunas. And here he is bearing the first 2 attempts. Basketball, the #1 sport. without question in Lithuania. Such a rich tradition. They've developed some of the greatest players, had some of the greatest international teams ever. Palacios hands it off, and another easy one for Zelionis. And the man that shone last year for Ventspils is getting it done. Three-pointer is good. The answer from Mark Lyons. Palacios on the baseline. Oh, good start offensively. We can't have any complaints about that, folks. Already 17-14, and we're not even midway through the first quarter. DJ White has it knocked out of his hands by Palacios. Butkavicius hands it off, Zelionis, and Zelionis just goes hard to the rim once again. He is absolutely saying, I'm going to beat Jimmy Barron's record tonight. Boy, he is flying. Of course, Jimmy Barron was throwing in the threes, and White goes up and gets the foul. So Zelionis, you can't take him out. He's playing too well. Hails from Kaunas, one of the basketball capitals. The other being Vilnius. And DJ White at the line makes the first one. Of course, DJ White, 31 years of age. He also played at one of the basketball capitals, played at Indiana with the Hoosiers from 2004 to 2008. So a lot of good basketball players in the basketball league. Balazic, by the way, in the game, number 15 for Gaziantep. And the scrap for the ball. Lyons has it. He goes hard to the rim. Oh, beautiful. Hung in the air, thinking he might get a foul. Butkavicius pushes it quickly to the other end, and Gaziantep replies with the three-pointer. Well, you miss a layup at one end, albeit a contested one, and then the other team strikes with a three-pointer. Oh, what a quick start to the game here. 22-16. DJ White for three. Good. And Gaziantep better keep scoring, because it looks like Neptunas are going to keep pouring in the points themselves. And we have a foul down low on Gaziantep. So Zelionis hears the applause. He goes out with his team up 22-19. He couldn't have had a better start. And oh, the follow jam! How about that for a putback from Butkavicius? He's got some hops, doesn't he? And the drive and the foul. I think it's on Butkavicius. It was indeed on Butkavicius. So Mark Lyons misses the free throw. Makes the second. So Butkavicius now into the corner, and the rebound from Rudd. And The shot up and no good. Gavich has actually played a couple of games in the Basketball Champions League last year for Neptunas. He joined them late. Here's the shot, and no good. And Rudd gets the rebound. Keep an eye on Armand. Here he is. He's been a steadying influence for this team this season. Drives in the lane, hands it off beautifully, and the foul by Palacios on White. Says, Mr. White, you're going to have to go to the line and earn it. No gimmies in here. Not too much contact there. So Palacios will go out. And DJ White misses the first one. Well, we talked about Zelionis having that terrific start tonight. He's out of the game, but can you believe he scored 13 points in 6 minutes and 6 seconds? So he has had a lightning quick start. It's interesting to see how long he stays out. And the pass knocked away, but they get it back. And the miss by Cebudas, but the ball rebounded by Neptunas. Galdigas, by the way, number 21 in the game. He's the captain. Here's Framinas coming in for DJ White. So DJ White sits down. Other than the missed free throws, he's 2 of 4 at the line. He's had a good start as well, 10 points in nearly 8 minutes of the first quarter. Cebudas, and Cebudas is front, back of the rim and out, and Framinas comes in and gets the rebound. John Uhr in the game, dribbling the ball. And the ball turned over. And look at Mr. Hotz. Gertionis goes up for the dunk. 26 points for Neptunas in this first quarter. Two-3 zone now being played by Neptunas. Framinas outside, and Armand hits the three-pointer, and he is fouled. And hopefully he's okay. He's slow to get up. I told you he was a good player, folks. And he comes right out and hits right now what's been the biggest shot of the game. And the referee going over saying, guys, we're not having a timeout here. Either the player has to get up and come take the free throw, or he's going to have to leave the game. Delenakaitis comes in, the veteran, 35 years of age, and replaces the other veteran, Cebudas. So Armand's first contribution, fouled shooting the three, and makes the free throw. And a little bit of a limp as he goes up the court. Well, this crowd will appreciate the fact that he hit the three while being fouled. They like saying the skill. Gertionis. Oh, beautiful play. Pulls up at the line, was short. And a foul on Blazic. Well, Blazic has been talk about Armand being good. Blazic also a steadying influence on this team, the Slovenia international. Now the jump shot, Neptunas right off the bench. Drills the three. 29-24. It's an offensive array. Here we go. Rudd out to Armand. Passes up the three. Gets inside and contested by Galdigas. Now Neptunas says, let's hold it for one. John Ur guarding him. Neptunas bounce pass. Knocked away. Gaziantep arguing that it went off Neptunas, but not so, says the ref. Blazic comes out of the game. Chinko comes back in. Butkavicius lowered his shoulder. Nope. A block has been called on Chinko. So with 2.3 seconds remaining, Neptunas will go to the free throw line for a couple. But Butkavicius misses. Could end up helping. This Gaziantep team. They get the ball back and push up the floor quickly. Makes the free throw. Well, they're going to have to heave one. Armand gets it off just in time. Oh! He got the rim. You know, those guys practice those shots right at the end of the quarter from a long way out. But he misses. And it's Neptunas with the lead here early on. They lead at 30-24. There it is. So Neptunas shooting 66.67%. They've hit 10 of their 15 shots inside the arc, 3 of 6 beyond it. And Gaziantep at 71% from deep. That's what's really kept them in the game. They're 1 of 5 inside the arc. And of course, Gaziantep also doing some damage at the free throw line, 7 of 10. You love to see the kids at the basketball game following their heroes. Good, clean fun coming out to the gym to watch the Basketball Champions League game tonight. And what a start from Zilionis. He was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, he was just like men against boys out here, scoring 13 points, 6 of 7 shots, 1 of 1 from the arc. Now, there's no way he'll keep that up. Look at this, the steal and the dunk from Gergionis. And Neptunas as well came right off the bench and hit this three-pointer. So everything working for Gaziantep early on. Excuse me, everything working for Neptunas early on. Neptunas starts things off here in the second quarter with the drive and puts Neptunas up by 8. Armand. And a little bit of miscommunication, thinking Framinus was going to be in the right corner. So John Ur goes out of the game. And Dedas brings Lions back in, perhaps sensing this game might start to get away from his team if they don't turn things around quickly here. Defensively is where they've got to start turning it up a notch. Rudd goes out. Frustration evident on his face. Gudjonas, Sabidus in, and the ball stolen by Lions, fresh off the bench. And shot no good. And the drive this time no good, and Framinas with the rebound. Look at Dedas over there saying, guys, come on. Cinco over the Lions for three. Good! Oh, that was a couple of steps behind the arc. That was out there. A foul called, a hold. You can see Armand says, oh, if he runs into me, what am I supposed to do? Ball passed out to Delinikaitis. Shot clock winding down. Gudjonas. And Neptunas not able to rebound it. And Framinas from deep. Delinikaitis with the rebound. And he goes, and Galdigas powers his way up and in. That's a captain shot. Armand falls down. And I think a jump ball has been called. Armand's making his displeasure known, but falling somewhat on deaf ears. See the three-point shooting for Gaziantep. That last one was by Lions. Two-point shooting, a completely different story. Neptunas getting a lot better shots, closer to the basket. And I think over time, that will put them in good stead. Of course, right now, they've got the advantage. And the pass over to White, who's back in the game, refreshed and ready to go. And you can see they need him out there. Delanakaitis for three. And Galdigas couldn't quite bring it down. Armand has it. And the shot is good. Gets Gaziantep just that little bit closer. That was Rudd. And the handoff knocked away. Lions has it. And Rudd unselfishly gives it back to Armand. Boy, what a flurry of points for Gaziantep. They come out, attack, play much better. Let's listen to the coach. See the turnover game, 5 for Gaziantep, 2 for Neptunas Klaipeda. And the assist game, 9 apiece. So Neptunas, having played so well, but now in danger of being surpassed here by Gaziantep. Palacios back in, spins in the lane, puts up a tough shot, short. Now Rudd has it, showing his versatility. And his pass stolen by Palacios. Boy, nice aggressive play by Palacios. With Kavicius wide open, good! Now DJ White puts it off the rim. Kavicius with the rebound, quick outlet. And into the corner, and another one. This time by Belauskis. Coming into the game and making a nice nice jump shot, and just like that, Neptunas go right back up by 6. With Kavicius trying to argue to get the ball back, thinking the ball went off of White. And Armand has to, oh, he hit a three-pointer. He jumped up. He realized he didn't have enough time or didn't have anybody to throw it to, so he just put it up to the basket and hit a three-pointer. He's having a crazy game. The 4-point play, now the 3. The Georgionis goes right back and strikes with a three-pointer. Well, for the offensive-minded fans, you're enjoying this tonight. Armand again hits another three, and he was looking for the foul, and I think he may have had a point there. Back to a three-point deficit. Gavicius drives in. That was a beautiful move. He says, you're not going to give me the three. I'll just take the layup instead. Armand alley-oop. And the ball turned over. And Lions chasing it. Vukavicius from the right. It's good. Had its feet set. They're loving it. This is great basketball Champions League action, folks. Great crowd. And two teams really slugging it out offensively. They're getting after each other. Three-point shooting there, 6 of 11 for Neptunas. Gaziantep now 8 of 13. It's hard to believe they've shot 8 of 13, but they're not winning. Wonder what Armand's doing looking up in the crowd. "14 points off turnovers for Neptunas Klaipeda, so that has been a huge part of their success. The pressure forcing the turnovers. Leonis putting the pressure on the inbounds pass. Rudd catches it. So this team is, Gaziantep really did have the wind in their sails and looked like they're about ready to go in front. And Gaziantep then kind of lost the initiative a little bit with Neptunas just coming back, striking back with a vengeance. Beliauskas committing the foul. Now Rudd drives in, hits the shot, and he will go to the line for the and one. That was Vukavicius. But he doesn't convert. Palacios with the rebound. They'll look pass to Gilionis. AJ White guarding, and Palacios gets inside. And I think the foul was before the shot. Well, I don't know. I've seen him give that. Continuation. So Beliauskas is just 20 years of age. Keep an eye on him. He's inbounding the ball. He's played for Lithuania at youth level. He's a player. He got a little experience last season in the Basketball Champions League. Gurgionis. Oh, what a play. What a drive. He's been impressive tonight. Now, offensively, he has really taken it to the defense. So Blazic picks up his third foul. Has been a non-factor tonight. Gurgionis misses the first. And misses the second. However, Palacios, who's just been terrific, keeps it alive. And Gurgionis misses the three. Zelionis gets the rebound. Oh, Palacios, beautiful play. Doesn't finish. But Beliauskas has it. I'll tell you what, it's eventually going to go in. Budkavicius fakes, puts it up, and earns a trip to the line. Well, Neptunas just want it more right now. When you see him get 3, 4 offensive rebounds, 5 chances. Now Budkavicius misses. Second one, finally, they get 1 point out of it. Now the pressure of full court, and did he walk or did he step out of bounds? Anyway, it's a turnover. With the pressure, the defense has been the key tonight for Neptunas. I mean, we've seen it so many times. They're forcing those turnovers, and now Lyons steps up and commits another foul. You got to move your feet. Well, a great job by the coach of Neptunas. The Lions goes out. Ur comes back in the game. He throws good this time. Second one is good. So now more full court pressure. And look at that. Look at the hustle from Palacios. Beautiful play, Neptunas. Oh, what a play. What tenacity. Gaziantep reeling a little bit here at the end of the first half. 2 consecutive turnovers. And they're able to bring it across the court eventually. Or finally. Now Armand. You've got to be able to break the press. Look at the intensity. Beliauskas. Got a hand in the face. Now he's got the ball. Hands it off. Here's Jonas. Dribbling up high. Sebudis banks it in. Draws the foul from Ur. Boy, I am impressed. This is really Lithuanian basketball at its best from Neptunas Klaipeda. Free throws good from the veteran Sebudis. And now another attempt. Oh, and Rudd has to be careful. And, I mean, you have to applaud them, folks. Neptunas, they are getting after Gaziantep. And you can see that Gaziantep are fed up with it, with Rudd's reaction. And Rudd doesn't want to get a flagrant foul or an unsportsmanlike by throwing the elbow to clear out. They have got a take no. Look at that. The pressure is so great that, and I'll tell you, John Ur hasn't really distinguished himself here. Although that said, it was perhaps a tough pass. And I think Gaziantep are going to make a change and bring John Ur out. And Chico says, come on, guys, let's settle down. So tough sequence there for the veteran guard. And Neptunas are just playing terrific. 3-point attempt is good. Belauskas. 58-41. Boy, have they blown this thing wide open. White pulls up mid-range, gets it back, goes up strong, and gets the three-point play opportunity. I didn't see their last game, Neptunas, but you know it's hard to see how this team could have lost last week. Of course, they did play a good MHP Reason Lewisburg team that made it through all 3 qualification rounds just to make it to the regular season. Neptunas Klaipeda lost that game last week, 95-83. And I dare say probably the turnovers had something to do with that. 14 turnovers. Anyway, 3-point attempt, no good. Armand gets the rebound. So Gaziantep try to get that a little bit closer. Of course, Armand has it. You know, the potential for 4-point play is there. Armand drives in, passes to Framinas. He was open. Back to Belauskas, and he brings it back out to Giergionis. Well, this has been one of the first half performances, certainly the second half performances of the season for me. Neptunas, they have been impressive. And right when I say that, the ball goes right off the hands of Sebudas. Armand gets at the lane, puts it up, and so disappointing second quarter for Gaziantep, and you just have to tip your hat to the home team. They really turned up the pressure. They lead at 58-44 at the break. Nope, just ignore that. So the stats at halftime, see the three-point shot has been huge really for both teams. And inside the arc, Gaziantep, though, just 10 more made field goals than Neptunas, just 10 more made field goals than Gaziantep. And look at the rebounds now, 18-11, 15 assists, and also those 7 steals. And the turnovers, well, Gaziantep with 10, and you know that just tells you probably that this team just isn't putting enough defensive pressure out there on the home team. Zelionis had 13 of his 15 points in the first quarter. White also now with 15 points for Gaziantep. And Palacios, how about that? 5 assists for the big fella. And also 4 steals. Don't know why we highlight Palacios and Armand with 0 blocks, but Palacios assists and steals. You know, he could potentially be going after a triple-double of a most interesting kind. Zelionis, Giergionis, and Butkavicius leading the way for Neptunas, and White Jr., Armand, and Lyons leading the way for Gaziantep in the scoring. So we're at halftime. It's a 14-point lead for Neptunas. We'll be right back.
Taurė, du kvietimai, du bilietai apsilankyti ir mes dabar pažaisime kiek kitaip. Mes neišliesime per pertrauką ledo, prašome merginos jums po lasdą. Dabar kviečiu jūs užimti vietas. Viena mergina keliauja štai į tą aikštelės kampą, viena mergina. Mergaitės, viena į tą kampą, kita į priešingą kampą. Jo, į kitą kampą. Čia aišku mes jūsų nenubaudė, viskas gerai. Ir dabar mes užduosime kiekvienai po kamuoliuką. Gaudykite jūs vieną kamuoliuką ir gaudykite jūs vieną kamuoliuką. Po starto jums reikės su ledo ritulio lazda įvaryti, bet kiekvienai iš kitos pusės. Tai reikėtų tiesiog įmušti. Aišku, jūs varote štai čia ir iš tos pusės ridenate. Jūs ridenate aplinkui šitą dalyvėlę ir turite įridenti štai į šitos vartus. Taisyklės yra aiškios, jūs pasiruošusios merginos. 3, 2, 1. Taip, žiūrime, aš padauginu yra geresnės pačiūžos. Taip, turime įrideno labai gerai. Kągi, mes iš karto jūs kviečiame čia užimti vietą ir laukti savo priešininko suverfinale. Klastas galite palikti štai čia, kamuoliukus irgi pasims antroji mūsų pora. Taigi jums pagodas prizelis, vedimai į sporto klubų impus ir saldi raudėdami pagodos uosto. Jūs laukiate suverfinalo. Prašom, jūs nereikės, dabar jūs galite rinktis kampą, kuris jums patinka labiau. Pasirinkot. Gerai, kada jūs keliaujate tenai, jums analogiška užduotis. Jo, jums reikia, kaip sakant, aplinkui. Jūs galite rinktis, kurį norite pelėdėlę, bus svarbiausia viena iš šių. Taisyklės yra aiškios. Jūsų aukštakūnės pačiūžos yra paruoštos. Jūsų žemakūnės pačiūžos vietoje. Kągi, 3, 2, 1. Prašom. Startas ir varom. O, jūs kažkas jau panorėtų dengti. Taip. Susidūrimas. Būtų kad neišauktų. Aha! Jūs įmušot pirmasis. Gerai, mes turime apdovanoti vieną žadą damą pakodos prizu ir dabar didysis suverfinalas. Mergaitė, prašykite man pagalvą. Ačiū labai, jūs labai gerai ridenate. Būsite boulingo čempionė. Kągi, mūsų finalistai, prašom. Po kamuoliuką jūs patekėte kampą ir analogiška situacija, vėl taip pat. Reikia, kaip sakant, greičiui, aš prisimsiu tą lapelį, jūs pabandykite kaip nors neužkliūti už žaidėjų, pasiruoškite, paskubėkime ir netrukus apdovanosime šio žaidimo nugalėtojus. Pasiruošę 3, 2, 1, startas, važiuojam. Merginai sekasi kiek gerai, geriau, bet neaišku, kas per pirmas įridens. Taip, mes fiksuojam, kad jūsų kamuoliukas buvo pirmasis plojimai nugalėtojui. Mes dėkojame mūsų antrajai superfinalo dalyviai, Neptunas Klaipeda ir savo Gaziantepo Klaipėdos valstybinių jūrų uosto direkcijos. Būtų jums kaip antroji vieta, prašom visą kažką dar pasendinti. Ir pirmoji vieta, mes sveikiname, jūs keliaujate pažiūrėti ledo varžybų, sveikiname jūs, linkime gero azarto. Žiūrint, nugalėjai priminsiu, kad visai netrukus antroji rungtynių dalis. Jūsų palaikymas yra be galo svarbus ir reikalingas mūsų komandai. Dėkojame pergalę, tik tai mūsų renka prie kito čempionų lygos etapo. Taigi, laukime trečiojo pertraukėlės, kuomet mes vėlgi tradiciškai išrinksime kamuoliukus ir juos galėsite išeiti į mūsų partnerio sporto klubo impus. Kviečiu jiems apsilankyti šiame sporto klube. Geros antros dalies.
Well, what a first half that was of basketball here in the Basketball Champions League Group B. Neptunas really turning it up a notch in that second quarter. That was something to behold. They really took Gaziantep out of their game and went up by a big number. And the question for Gaziantep, obviously they can come back, but they're going to have to up the intensity just a little bit. Their biggest lead was 17 points, Neptunas, and they're currently up by 14 points. So the fans coming out tonight in Klaipeda, Septurio Arena, to watch a very, very good Neptunas team that is also doing quite well in the Lithuanian League, just 2 losses. They are 7-2. Žalgiris and Lietkabelis each 8-1. Lietuvos Rytas 6-3 in 4th place. But for Gaziantep, well, where do you go from there? You just kind of came apart at the seams. So just as they've gotten accustomed to seeing a Neptunas team coming out and really getting after the opponent on defense and really triggering things with that defense. But you know what? Basketball is played over 40 minutes, so we still got a ways to go. Okay, second half action underway, third quarter. Jonas gets it to Gelionis, and then Palacios turned, and don't think he knew exactly which way to turn there. They've had a dunk if he turned to his left. Kavicius goes in, gets it to Gelionis, and he goes up strong. And that was despite the attention he was receiving there on the low blocks. This Neptunas team was not going to take no for an answer. I think it's Framinas, the Latvian, picking up the foul. And he converts the opportunity, so it goes back to equal their biggest lead of the game, 17 points. And Gelionis himself has 18 points, and that's a game high. Inside it goes, Framinas denied, and then he commits the foul. Kavicius turns, finds himself open, and DJ White rebounds the miss. This time Framinas turns, goes up, and missed the shot. and turned it over. Now Gaziantep going to try to get after Neptunas. And Sabutis brings it up no problem. Almost a turnover. And they do, in fact, call the offensive foul on Sabutis. And Rudd getting after it, taking exception to the contact. So the referee is going to try to calm things down. And now technical fouls have been called. Or no, there was a holding foul and then a technical foul. Try to sort this out for you here. So technical on Sabutis, and also I think a technical on Rudd. So offsetting technicals. Let's see here. So the offensive foul was called on Sabutis, and the technical foul was called on Sabutis. I don't think there was a foul called on Rudd. Anyway, but Cavicius hands it off, and Palacios. Boy, Rudd said, "You're not going to dunk this on me," and Palacios said, "Well, no problem, I'll score it anyway." And he will go to the line for a potential three-point play. So Rudd picks up the foul. In fact, Rudd did get a technical foul. So, and now he's picked up a foul in the fast break. So back to a 17-point lead for Neptunas. Freeman his turns, misses badly. Jonas over to Palacios. And DJ White with the rebound. So Freeman is struggling to finish. Zelionis guarding Rudd. Foul has been called. Free throw is good. Second one is good as well. Good Jonas. Passes up ahead. Now Zelionis has it. But Cavicius goes to work on Rudd. And Rudd held his ground. And nevertheless, a foul still has been called on Gaziantep. And it has been on Rudd, so he's got 4 fouls. Free throw no good. Second one is good. We're back to a 16-point lead. Offensive foul called on Lions. And just a step faster tonight, Neptunas. Look at this. Yep. And Lyons pushed off with his left arm. And obviously that's not legal. But Cavicius backing up Armand. Now Palacios and Framenus with the rebound. Framinas hands it off to Armand. Framinas for three. Still can't get it to fall. Framinas having a tough shooting night. Entry pass. Oh, what a play. Sabutis finishes. And it looked like he had White hanging on him, and he still was able to finish. What? Beautiful bounce pass. Zelionis. They are just surgically taking Gaziantep apart right now. They've got him on the operating table, and they're cutting him wide open. 19 points to lead. Ur has come back in. Boy, what a job he's done tonight. He's got his team ready to play. 19 points to lead. And now the pass over to Armand, quickly to Framinas. And Framinas misses another one. Palacios, meanwhile. Jonas, good! Three-pointer, 5-point swing. And they, right now, Neptunas, are like a runaway train. They are impressive. So back to live action. Ur drives in. And Palacios goes up and brings it down. Putkavicius, and his pass knocked away, but DJ White out of bounds. Look at those Neptunas fans. They're fired up. Look at Sabutis drive in, scores with a reverse layup. Boy, this is just a masterclass performance. 72-48. That lead just keeps growing. DJ White, pump fake, pulls up and hits the jump shot. I mean, Neptunas, I'll tell you right now, I mean, Coach Danius Adamaitis was at the helm last season. Some of these players, not all of them, obviously, mostly new players, but this is the best that I've seen them play all around. I mean, they have been terrific tonight. Look at that. Palacios with a little reverse, and the lead balloons to 24. And Balazic kind of stops the rot. for Gaziantep. And the interesting thing is, there's plenty of time for a Gaziantep comeback. So the question is, can this Neptunas team just keep the intensity going at this level? Because they have definitely upped it even a further notch here in the third quarter from what it was in the second quarter. And Gaziantep just haven't matched them. For the drive, getting into the lane, and Neptunas not able to collect the rebound. Neptunas comes away with it. Over to Gaziantep. Turns and scores on the baseline. Boy, they are just not going to be stopped, are they? 76-52. Now, what are the chances? Let's go ahead and talk about it. What are the chances we could see Neptunas get to the century mark tonight? Will they get to 100? Right now, they're on pace for it. Armand puts up a three. And Belauskas with the rebound. Now Neptunas. And another jump shot falls for Gaziantep. But right now they're going to need a lot more. Three-pointer gets it back to a 21-point deficit. So field goal shooting percentage, 57% for Neptunas Klaipeda, 46% for Gaziantep. I mean, that tells you right there a lot. Second chance points, 19 for Neptunas, just 3 for Gaziantep. Either you want it or you don't want it. And right now, Neptunas want it badly. And you can see with this big crowd here tonight, they want to send them home happy. And the drive inside, and Neptunas banks it in. Three-point attempt from Urgur, and Neptunas collects the rebound. Chance of Lietuva, Lithuania. Galdikas turns, goes up, and even he's scoring down low. That powerful body of his. 80-55. Oh, and the dunk from Lions. That time nobody stepped over from Neptunas. And the drive and the basket from Bukavicius. Jump shot no good. Framinas puts pressure on Galdigas and keeps possession at this end of the floor. Uger. Nope. Again. Delinikaitis passes down low. Well, to Bogavicius. Now back to Delinikaitis. So Urios is in the game now, number 27 for Gaziantep. Chinko's coming back into the game. Oh, Bogavicius has got the fans on their feet tonight. Now that free throw makes it 82-58. Stefanos Dedas wondering maybe his team can chip away here and make a game of it. We saw Inisi Krasnoyarsk come back from a big 21-point deficit last night with 6 minutes remaining, so anything's possible. They won that game at home over Juventus Utena, another team from Lithuania. Galdigas turns, goes up, soft shot, scores over Framinas. Oh, talk about getting to 100 at the end of the game. They should get there easily, maybe midway through the quarter. And the drive and the pass out to Chinko. They've left Neptunas just a little bit of time. They're going to take advantage. Yes, they are. Foul has been called on Framinas just to rub salt to the wound. Sebudis will go to the free throw line. So it has been a real masterclass, really, since, I'd say, halfway through the second quarter from this Neptunas team. We're going to look and see if the foul was committed before the shot clock, or before the game clock had expired. So indeed, the foul was committed. Sebudis at the line with 0.3 seconds, they say. And he rattles in the first one. Second one is good as well. So the lead grows that little bit more. Balazic's heave and hit off the backboard. So that's it at the end of 3. Neptunas in total command. So look at the stats there. I mean, Neptunas didn't really go to the three-point shot in that quarter, but they've up 8 of 17 from deep, 26 of 41 inside the arc. That's where they're getting their damage done. I mean, how many times were they contested down low, and yet they just went strong to the basket and scored and even got fouled. So just some real determined display here from Neptunas. That was one of them right there. Palacios just sticking with it. So fourth quarter action underway, and it's Neptunas 14 points shy of the century mark. And if Gaziantep are going to make a comeback, it stands to reason they need to start making that comeback now. How badly do they want it? Sebudis makes the free throw. And I think that time Neptunas got in the lane too soon. Galdicus. So DJ White gets it to Balazic. He goes to work, puts up the left-hander, misses badly. Velasquez. We didn't see Gaziantep. I didn't see early on any signs that they were going to be flat tonight. But Delinakaitis hits the three, and it's 90 for Neptunas. DJ White goes to work and draws the foul. So the first free throw is good. Could this be the start of a comeback? Nope, just makes one of two. And then Sebudis was attempting to throw an alley-oop pass to Galdicus. PJ White telling his guys to move. Let's run some offense. And Gaziantep not looking fluid, to put it mildly. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Blazic goes up and fouled by Belauskis. So second foul on Belauskis. So Blazic makes the first. This will get it back to 25. They've got 8 minutes. They've got to get some stops. Neptunas pulls up for 3. Another chance. This really hurt this Gaziantep calls tonight. Belauskis for 3. Good! Well, you get offensive rebounds, and it leads to second chance points. And now Belauskis with the steal. Hands it back. And driving in, Sabutis, 95-65. The route is still on. It's 30 points. So third foul on Belauskis. Lots of happy faces in the crowd tonight. No surprise. Victor Rudd gets inside, tries to force it up. There's much more polished look about the play of Neptunas tonight. Bounce pass to Gaudicus. Turns, goes up, left hand, misses. Rudd has it. White from the corner. Now Neptunas. And the bump and the foul. So free throws coming for Kiselius. The drive and the dunk from Kiselius. But I think it's going to be wiped off. A foul called on Gaudicus. Well, MHP Reeds and Ludwigsburg, who are in this group, beat PAOK 103-70 on game day 1. Umana Venezia won over Banvit 108-101, but that game went to 3 overtimes. Lions puts up a 3, rims out. Ike won 103-101 over Monterey Venezia on game day 2. On game day 3, no team got to the century mark. No team got 100 points. See Lyons going out of the game. There he is, called for the foul as he runs into the pick and reaches and commits the foul. So this is potentially the highest scoring game of the season. Even if you look at the fact that it went to triple overtime, Umana Ryer Venezia and Banvit, when Umana Ryer got 108, this could easily pass that. Not to suggest that that's what they're trying to do. They just want to come out and execute. Uchikas has come into the game, number 25. Casillas. So Casillas turns it over. And the miss. Casillas has it. Hands it off to Delinakaitis, coming up on the midpoint of the fourth quarter. And Chinko commits the foul. Why did he commit that foul? That makes no sense. Just play defense. Got to move your feet. Look at this. So, any more fouls for either team, and we'll be going to the free throw line. So, Anikas also in the game. So the benches, the coach has emptied the bench, and Anikas gets blocked. Galdikas goes up for it. Anikas goes up again and has it taken away by Armand. This could slow down the scoring for Neptunas. Armand, three, no good. Offensive rebound. Rudd, bumped. Rudd makes the first one. So a long night, a long trip. If you're Gaziantep, you don't want to travel all the way from as far as they have from Turkey near the Syrian border, all the way to the Baltics, and come out with a heavy beating the way that they have tonight. So it could be a long flight back home. Galdikas over to the corner. Anikas hits the long jump shot. So 98-66 for Neptunas. Rudd drives down the lane, takes the bump. First one is good from Rudd. Well, the good news for Gaziantep is their season will not be defined solely by this result. They've got other games. They'll have to put this one behind them and come out strong next week. They will certainly have the incentive to do so. But it'll be 2 losses in a row after this one. Another foul while attempting a three. He makes it. So Delinakaitis will go to the line for a potential 4-point play. And you just have to wonder about Chinko. What's he doing? What? Why? Why run into him? You know they're going to call it. Well, he doesn't make it, but the offensive rebound by Galdikas, and it's a 5-point trip down the floor. And maybe they will now set the season high in scoring. Rudd, offensive rebound. He might get fouled as he goes back up. And the jump ball has been called. Well, he was surrounded by white jerseys. Belauskis. Delinikaitis for three. Go! Another one. 106-68. So Armand earns the trip to the line and makes the first one. That was on Galdikas. 2:57 remaining. He makes both. 106-70. And Belauskis drives in, and the fight for the ball. Einikas goes up, and it'll stay at this end of the floor. Another jumper. There they go. They've equaled it now. The season high that had been owned by Umanorai Venezia. 108-70. Armand gets in the lane. Misses. And Galdikas picks it up. And the jump shot is good. The three. 111-70. Einikas says, I want some PT, get me in the game. So you got Einikas, Uchikas getting minutes and producing. It's a blowout, folks, 41 points now. And Framinas did not get the ball off in time. Boy, it's just headed south in a big way. Chance of Lietuva. There they are. Think they like their team, their country. And don't forget the World Cup qualifiers will be coming up soon. You have to wonder maybe you might see some of these guys figure for Lithuania. Einikas. And pass down low. And a foul called with 1:07 remaining. And when it rains, it pours. So Gaziantep will go back to the drawing board after this one. Both misses. And they've got possession with a minute remaining. And the ball turns over. Well, Anikas, I guess you could say he's part of Lithuania's setup. Played for the youth team in 2016. Oh, the alley-oop pass and the dunk by Utikas. These young boys can play. Get him out there. The old man, Telinikaitis, floats it inside. And big bad Matas Utikas goes up for the thunderous jam and draws the foul on the play. It has been an outright humiliation tonight. Completes the three-point play, 114-70. Goodness me. Three-pointer. But too little too late for them. And the turnover goes back over to Gaziantep, who, quite frankly, folks, this Neptunas team upped the ante in the second quarter. They said, how badly do you want it? We want it big time. And they just did not match them for the intensity. So it has been a good old-fashioned you-know-what whipping tonight. And it'll be interesting to see how this Gaziantep team responds to this after this game. They lose 114-73 at Neptunas Klaipeda. So Gaziantep and Neptunas, just total domination across the board for Neptunas. And of all the things that you have to admire about this Neptunas team, you have to admire the focus and determination and desire to execute. And you see the three-point shooting, the inside the arc. All around, just complete domination. Look at that rebounding, 45-25. 18 turnovers for Gaziantep. If you're Gaziantep tonight and you're out-rebounded as badly as you were tonight, you have to go look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, do you want to be in the next round of the Basketball Champions League, or do you not care? Because this was just is it just one of those nights? You can have a bad night. You have blowouts. Teams have come back from these blowouts, but this was convincing. And you have to say this bodes well for the rest of the season for this Neptunas team. Gaziantep will be at home next week against Ventspils. You see Zelionis, I think Zelionis and Palacios really set the tone tonight for Neptunas. Belauskas was terrific, but Kavicius was terrific as well. Girzionis was good. Just all up and down the roster. Look at this bonding. This is why you do it, the fans. They've come out. They want a piece of it. They want the high fives. Look at that. They've made them proud. There's pride wearing the Neptunas jersey. This is a team that is trying to become one of the best teams in European basketball, and most assuredly, if they win against a team like this, and if they go on and have a great season in the Basketball Champions League, it'll just be a huge season. Long way to go, though, folks. Don't get carried away. Bukavicius, you're a hero, buddy. Look at that. All these fans will have him over for dinner tonight. Come to our house. What is it about Lithuanians in basketball? Nothing like it. That's it, folks. Neptunas now at the top of the standings, 3-1. And Gaziantep have climbed in the standings, actually, because of the point that you get by playing the game. But they could find themselves in the lower half of the table by the end of the night. So once more, some highlights, certainly from Neptunas' standpoint. And when you see passes like that and finishes. So from my viewpoint, you have to really applaud also the fans, but you have to applaud the coach tonight for Neptunas, Coach Max Vidas, because he had his guys ready to play. So Lions and Neptunas. You know, we talked about Gaziantep next week. They'll be against Ventspil's Neptunas in their next game. Obviously, they've won 3 of the 4 games. They will travel to Capo d'Orlando. And you have to call them big favorites, judging from their performance tonight. But that'll only be their second road game. And in their other road game, they lost. They lost at MHP Rees in Lewisburg. So don't count out Capo d'Orlando, even though they've had their struggles here at the start of the season. And that was the foul late in the game. Delanakais did not make the free throw. So all in all, great performance. Zelionis again led the way with 20 points for Neptunas. DJ White had a game-high 21 in defeat. You had Geert Jonas, who was, quite frankly, folks, terrific tonight. 17 points, 3 rebounds. The highest rated efficiency player, interestingly, was Zelionis, plus 24. But Kavicius also at plus 23. So those guys are excellent across the board. With Kavicius, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And he also had a steal. Zelionis came out and played a whale of a game himself. 20 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. So he was almost perfect from the floor, 9 of 10. And you also love the intensity. When Galdigas came in, he had 8 points, 3 rebounds. And Anikas and Uchikas, the youngsters, coming in and contributing. So Palacios, his shooting numbers don't suggest he had a big game, but he did. 4 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. It has been a night owned by Neptunas in Klaipeda, Lithuania. They rolled a victory over Gaziantep, 114-73. Thanks for watching, everybody.